Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Akakadash, Ma'amoth. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and double honor to my elder as well, Ahar bin Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the 144,000 hopeful elect, pushing this truth across the four winds, and to the 1/3 remnant believers on Yahweh Bashim Shai. Shalom, shalom, man. So, Khan, man. It's going to be a quick lesson. Don't know what it's going to be titled yet, but just going to, go with the spirit. This is the book of Titus, chapter 1 and verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, whose mouth must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaches things which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake. So come, man, you got a lot of people out here, you know what I'm saying, especially they're the circumcision, unruly, vain talkers, you know what I'm saying? Just in this thing, not really understanding order, you know what I'm saying, in this thing, order given from Yahweh Bashim Shai, but not really understanding the setup of things and just want to be him or whatever the case may be, or be exalted over the rest of the brothers or whatever the case may be. Or you got, brothers in this thing that's, they want money. So everything they do is for money. Like Sakari over there. You see what I'm saying? They'll drop half of their camp video, then you gotta pay for the rest, basically. You know what I'm saying? IUIC, you gotta come in there, you gotta buy their fringes, and you know what I'm saying? Everything they do is for money. You know what I'm saying? Filthy lucre's sake. Or they doing it for fame. Ultimately, yeah, you know what I'm saying? People in this thing, they basically, they want fame, man. And you notice the last couple of my videos, I dropped a video about pride, about envy, and about pride and envy. I dropped those two videos about a certain person, and that's talking about Naharia Yahweh of the FTL camp. You see what I'm saying? Ultimately. But man, I dropped those videos basically because you watch your highways and byways, all these videos that you do is basically about what other brothers not doing. You see what I'm saying? Or you go to the first thing in your video, GMS this, GMS that, or whatever the case may be. Do a breakdown, man. Take the time out your day to do a breakdown, you know what I'm saying, where you worried about prophecy and not, the next brother. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, these new guys that come in this thing, they just want to be worshiped, ultimately. Like, they'll say, oh, well, forget what you learned from him. Now come over here with me, basically, and you know what I'm saying? Let's gang up and come against, man, I'm in this thing to serve the Lord Yahweh Shai in truth and sincerity. You see what I'm saying? Talking about doing a camp video every week, talking about what the next brother ain't doing, talking about what they ain't teaching, man, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Talking about, other man's sins, striving, you know what I'm saying? That ain't got shit to do with me. So I don't care about constantly coming against somebody. I care about my own sins. That's what I care about. I care about the things that separate me from Yahweh Shai. Or, I care about what I do. And I gotta conquer myself. I can't conquer another man. I gotta conquer myself. So you need to know when it's time to do a rebuke. And every camp video you do every week, it's not about a rebuke, man. You gotta, know when it's time to switch it up and do a breakdown or whatever the case may be. Because ultimately, it's too many vain talkers and deceivers in the truth, man. Especially they're the circumcision. They want you to, follow them ultimately, so they can lead you no fucking well. You see what I'm saying? Because you ain't did a breakdown on nothing. You know what I'm saying? Do a breakdown on Revelations 8. You see what I'm saying? Talk about prophecy. It's always a video to do, other than, talking about, oh, fuck these camps. Fuck this. Man, nigga, do a breakdown. Plain and simple. Coming on comment boards of elders that been in this thing, way before you was born, man. When you was a little toddler, just, not understanding how to respect elders, man. That's the thing that we was taught before we came to the truth, man. Still to this day, I respect the homeless Jake. If he, it ain't really about age or whatever the case may be, but it's just about giving a man respect if you want respect. Plain and simple. Not saying, oh, respect persons, just give the same energy that you want to give, that you want, ultimately. When you go out and talk to people, just, you know what I'm saying? No, not to be on everybody comment board trying to prove some shit, talk, you know what I'm saying? Talking shit or whatever the case may be. Come with the scriptures, man. Plain and simple. Verse 11, whose mouth must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake, right? Teaching, you know what I'm saying? Doing the highway and byway about King David's work every week. King David got his works. Ultimately, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I only care about my works. I read David works, and it's gonna help me. It's gonna help me in the mind. It's gonna help me become a better person. It's gonna keep me, in this thing, in the truth. But ultimately, King David works is going into his spiritual bank account, whoever he is. You know what I'm saying? Whether he be on the earth or off the earth. Ultimately, I'm not him, so I don't care. You see what I'm saying? Only thing I care about is making sure that I make it to the kingdom, making sure that I'm a part of the elect, Lord willing. That's what I pray for, that I'm a part of the elect, using, King David's prayers or whatever the case may be. But ultimately, I don't care about Gideon's works. You see what I'm saying? Because that's not going to, Gideon's work is going into his spiritual bank account in the third and fourth generation, man, in the regeneration when the Son of Man come. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, I'm only worried about my own works, man. And that's what most brothers need to realize. You know what I'm saying? Worry about your works or whatever the case may be. Worry about your faith on Yahweh Shema Shah, or how your family going to be saved. You see what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on. I'm going to go over 2 chapters. But this is the book of Titus, chapter 3 and verse 8. This is the faithful saying, and these things I will that thou affirm constantly, that they which have believed in Yahweh might be careful to maintain good works. These things are good and profitable unto man. So we got to maintain good works. Even, what I'm saying, even in these last days, we got to keep it up. You know what I'm saying? When all hell break loose, whatever the case may be, whoever the Lord got us around, his sheep, we got to take care of the Lord's sheep. We're going to have to still be teaching them constantly. We're still going to be having to help build their faith up using these words, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to maintain good works before the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah. We ain't going to scatter and lead the sheep. You know what I'm saying? After we done spent years of doing videos, and now we're just going to scatter and lead the sheep, or whatever the case may be. If the Lord put us around his sheep, we're going to go out like David, and we're going to protect the Lord's sheep like David. Ultimately, we're not finna exalt ourselves, man, or whatever the case may be. And that whole situation, I knew that was going to happen 4 months ago. I just really kept it to myself, but I was just watching and I was just listening. I knew that was going to happen, man, 4 months ago. But verse 9, but avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contentions and strivings about the law, for they are unprofitable and vain. So man, avoid foolish questions. Every day is, you still ain't, broke down who David is, man. Don't nobody care. Only thing we care about is maintaining our good works before the Lord, having our faith on Yahweh Shema Shah. But as for pointing out who the prophets is and all that, man, the scriptures say, seek not out things that are too hard for thee. It's up to the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah. Ultimately, these men are our forefathers, ultimately. You see what I'm saying? And ultimately, the Lord is the ultimate Jake. So we going to act like, you know what I'm saying, things that we hear in the scripture. That's why you hear, when you talk to a Jake, he be like, hey, man, break bread, man. Let me get some. You see what I'm saying? We Jakes. When the Lord be like, man, I swear on myself. You know what I'm saying? Jake be like, hey, on me. You see what I'm saying? So ultimately, we already move like the people that's written in the scripture, because ultimately those are our forefathers. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have certain men on this earth, you know what I'm saying, that just got different spirits than other brothers, or whatever the case may be. But avoid foolish questions and genealogies. Genealogies trying to trace your lineage all the way back to this and that, going to get a DNA test or whatever the case may be. What's that thing, ancestry.com, man. Genealogies, man. And contentions. You see what I'm saying? Constantly going back and forth. You see what I'm saying? And strivings going back and forth. Strivings about the law. You have one brother with a tape up arguing with another brother because he got a bald head. Because I remember when I first came into the truth, I was going to go to Orlando, but I was going to walk that strip. But I know WFI be standing right there. So the first thing they're going to say is, where your fringes, man? And I'm going to say, and I thought to myself, I'm going to say, well, you got a tape up. You see what I'm saying? We're striving about the law. You see what I'm saying? But when somebody comes to you striving about the law, the first thing you need to say is, hey, man, thank Yahweh for Yahweh Shah. Because if it wasn't for Yahweh Shah, I would have been dead. We would have been dead. And me and other brother in the car was talking about that on the Feast of the Blowing of the Trumpets. His car had kind of went out, so he had to put water in his car on a high holy day. In the old law, they would have grabbed us up and stoned our ass. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, thank Yahweh for Yahweh Shah, man. Constantly striving about the law. Just do a breakdown and worry about, you see what I'm saying, how your family going to be saved, or how you going to have faith in the Lord, or what you going to do to please the Lord today. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got to think about these things before you know what I'm saying, put yourself on camera recording a video, and the first thing you doing is talking shit about another brother, when the Lord can very much well be dealing with that same brother that you done came against. You see what I'm saying? And only dealing with you a little bit. The Lord been dealing with him for years, and now, You just came into this thing and you trying to exalt yourself above everybody. You see what I'm saying? Which ultimately, man, the Lord know who when it comes down to it. You know what I'm saying? So all this, you know what I'm saying, vain talking, questions, striving about the law, all this shit don't matter. It's all vain. You see what I'm saying? Everything, our life is vanity. Everything we do here is straight vanity. If you rich and you ain't got nothing to work hard for, vanity. If you poor and you ain't got nothing, a vanity. You see what I'm saying? Plain and simple. It's all vanity. Until we got those laws, statutes, and commandments written in our heart, man, we are vain creatures. Plain and simple. But come, man. Next precept. 1 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 4. And I did a video, the video envy, the video pride. Go back and look at it, man. Boast not against the branches. Go back and look at those videos, man. You know, it's not about arguing. It's about correcting your brother so your brother won't get fucked up in the end. If it's just on you. You see what I'm saying? I don't care about nobody else's sins. The only thing I care about is what I do wrong and how I go off in the eyes of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah. So the first thing I think about before I start thinking about coming against somebody else, I think about exactly what I did. And that just caused me to just shut up. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, before I even say what you did, I got to bring up what I did first. Because that's the only way I'm going to feel good about myself, man. But it's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 4. Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies which minister questions, rather than godly edifying which is in the faith. So do, right? You doing a video every single week talking about King David is alive. You still ain't rebuked that. You niggas ain't talking about this. You niggas ain't talking about that. You see what I'm saying? You giving heed to genealogies, man. You trying to seek out things that are too hard for you, ultimately. You see what I'm saying? The Lord just told us, he told us not to do that. Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies, which minister questions, rather than godly edifying, which is in faith. So do, right? So you could take that same time, you could be building a brother up. You could take that same time and you can be trying to figure out how you going to do a breakdown. You see what I'm saying? You go down your page, you ain't got no breakdowns. It's the same thing every week, man. You see what I'm saying? And you basically copying off of the next man. You know, building off the next man foundation, where you can, you know, go one. No, I ain't gonna even get on that, man. Just, you know, do what you got to do to make it to the kingdom, and stop worrying about the next man works, man. He rebuke him, here you come rebuking him. You see what I'm saying? But the scripture said, don't be striving against the law. This is what we strive for. Ecclesiasticus chapter 4 and verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. And that's just what it is, man. We strive for the truth, constantly edifying, building up. You see what I'm saying? Breaking the stronghold in a lot of people's mind, man. Letting them know that they Israelites. You see what I'm saying? Letting them know that the Lord is nigh to us. You see what I'm saying? That the Lord is choosing us again. Letting them know also that we finna go through it. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we all got to go. We all gonna go through it. You see what I'm saying? Whether you want to hear it or not, we all gonna go through it in Jacob's trouble, whatever the case may be. Some judgment gonna be worse than others, but at the end of the day, the angels still gonna be next to the Lord's elect, no matter what we go through, man. It's all for a test, ultimately. Ecclesiasticus chapter 4 and verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee, man. That's what we strive for, man. We strive for the truth, man. And Lord willing, Yahweh Shemel Shah, you know, give us that spirit to endure to the end, man. And that's just it, man. Everything else, arguing about the same shit every day, man, it's pointless. You see what I'm saying? This is the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 3 and verse 21. Seek not out things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength. Right, you're searching things from on high, man. Worried about, you know what I'm saying, things that's on high, man. You too busy worried about the Lord's hand, where you need to be worried about how you going to feed the Lord's sheep and let the Lord deal how he deal, man. You know what I'm saying? You standing over the Lord's shoulder, looking at his hand, looking at his cards, or whatever the case may be. Sit back and let the Lord do what he going to do, man. Seek not out things that are too hard for thee. You know what I'm saying? Worried about everybody else's works but your own. We all sin. You know what I'm saying? So worry about what you going to do to sin less and how you going to pray to the Lord and ask him to help you conquer your sin. Because every brother got that one sin that he dealing with. They just, you know what I'm saying, they just eat you up and you got to constantly fight for, you know what I'm saying? And I think about my sin every time somebody else tell me something they going through or whatever case may be. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? We all different, man. We all got a different walk. We all got to fight. But verse 20, for the power of the Lord is great and he is honor of the lowly, right? The Lord is honor of the lowly. Seek not out things that are too hard for thee, neither search up things that are above thy strength. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to see with thy eyes the things that are in secret, right? So you know what I'm saying? What the Lord's hand, stop looking at the Lord's hand. Looking to see if the Lord got 4 aces. You know what I'm saying? The Lord got a handful of aces, all of them. Everyone that's in the deck, the Lord got them all. You see what I'm saying? You looking over the Lord's hand, fretting and trembling, you know what I'm saying? Trying to prove these endless genealogies, whatever the case may be, man. We need to just, you know what I'm saying, preach the word. You read about what? Oh, GMS over there teaching this and that and this and that, or whatever the case may be, man. Well, ultimately, everything is up to the Lord. Who gonna be saved and who gonna be, destroyed? The deceived and the deceiver are his. Ultimately. You see what I'm saying? And you gotta sit right here and pray and ask of the Lord that you're not being deceived. Because ultimately, man, the Lord, he'll take us through it. And I think about that every time. The Lord can easily take me out of this thing. That's why I just maintain my ways before the Lord. Like it says in Job chapter 16, though he slay me, yet will I maintain my own ways before him. So no, if a brother come up to me and tell me something, everybody got his own spirit of discernment. So if a brother come up to me and try to get me to go this way, and I know that the Lord done already fucked me up before from doing that, I'm just going, all right, but you take that path. I'm going to just chill right here. And I'm going to do what I got to do to please the Lord, ultimately. You know what I'm saying? You'll see another man doing a rebuke video every week. Now you want to do a rebuke video on the same person. You see what I'm saying? Just do the work. You see what I'm saying? Just do the work. That's all that matters. The work of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Al Shah. This how we gonna eat in Jacob's trouble. Colossians chapter 1 and verse 29. I'm starting at verse 28. Whom we preach, warning every man and teaching every man in all wisdom, that we may present every man perfect in Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. And that's the goal, man. We trying to present ourselves perfect and our brother and the Lord's sheep perfect. You know what I'm saying? In Hamashiach Yahweh Shah by preaching the correct doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Reading, trying to seek more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding so we can understand what we're reading and understand what we're teaching. Studying to give a answer. Like the scripture say, we got to study to give an answer, man. You see what I'm saying? But if a brother come up to you and try to tell you to break down this, first thing you doing is calling your elder to try to, you know what I'm saying? Read, man. Read. So you know what I'm saying? So you can be able to give an answer. Don't just go out there on highways, byways, put a garment on and try to rebuke somebody every week. You got to actually know these breakdowns, man. Verse 21, whereunto I also labor, striving according to his workings, which worketh in me mightily. Right. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. The Spirit of the Lord is working mightily within us. You see what I'm saying? By having the correct doctrine, the correct wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, or whatever case may be. Come on, we trying to present ourselves perfect and our brothers perfect, by showing them the correct things to do, by following law, statute, commandments to the best of their ability, and by, seeking the Lord and trying to have their own relationship with the Lord, Yahweh Shem Al Shah. Philippians chapter 1 and verse 27. Only let I'm gonna start at verse 27. Only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of Hamashiach, that whether I come and I see you, or else be absent, I may hear of your affairs, that ye stand fast in one spirit, with one mind, striving together for the faith of the gospel. And that's what we do, man. We strive together, man. That's why, brothers be trying to get these breakdowns. That's why brothers try to get more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's why the Lord have more brothers, coming into this truth. The Lord is bringing his chosen into this truth, ultimately. And we got to hope that we are part of that chosen, because we can very much well be in this thing just to teach somebody else. And then the whole time we ourselves be a castaway. And that's not the goal, man. The goal is to make it to the kingdom. The goal is to, the goal is to get that crown, man. And if the Lord look on all your highways and byways, and the first thing you did was say fuck it's anointed every week. You see what I'm saying? Because you felt the way, because you had to start from the bottom, or whatever the case may be, which we all got to do. Start from the bottom. You get that meat, you get that sincere milk. Then you learn some meat, and then you go teach, and you just worry about yourself after that, man. You constantly worry about what the next brother try to be all close up under the famous brothers in the truth. All that shit don't matter, because at the end of the day, it's one judgment seat, and we all gonna come before it. So it don't matter if you got fame on this side. It don't matter if you get one view, or it don't matter if you get 1,500 or 10,000 views. Only thing that matters is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. But Khan, I'm going to start from the middle of verse 27. That ye stand fast in one spirit, with one mind, striving together for the faith of the gospel, and in nothing terrified by your adversaries, which is to them an evident token of perdition, but to you of salvation, and that of Yahweh, man. So, man, we don't care about the things that Esau got going on, whatever case may be. He gonna do what he try to do. If it be the Lord's will, we gonna escape. But if it also be the Lord's will, we gonna die, man. And that's what we need to be out here teaching. We need to be out here telling our people what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? We need to be telling our people. We need to be prophesying. We need to be building them up, getting them ready. You know what I'm saying? First thing a new brother come in the truth, he go on your page, trying to get some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All he hear you know what I'm saying? Just talking shit. You know, talking for 30 minutes straight and only brought out one precept. You know, brothers looking at things like that, man. We're talking all damn night, an hour, 2-hour videos. I'm counting how many precepts you brought out, man. Bring out 3 precepts, or whatever case may be. You understand to exalt yourself, man. You gotta understand, man. We understand to exalt Yahushua, man. You can easily say his name all day and night, but still be in the wrong spirit in the mind, man. But Khan, man, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash Ma'amath. Double honors to the elect elders of Israel who rule well. Double honor to my elder as well, Ahar Wine, bin Yasha Allah, the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida, man. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, you know. But Khan, man, to the 144,000 brothers pushing this truth, hoping that they are part of the elect in truth and sincerity, you know, all diligence, you know. And this thing they exalt Yahweh Shai and not themselves, hey, shalom. And to the men, women, and children that believe on Yahweh Bashim Shai, shalom, man. Check your spirits. DTA Abba Babal.